Recording in progress. So good morning, everybody. Today I want to talk with you about Google Business Profiles. I think they're very powerful. They've worked well for me over the years. And the best part is they're free. So this is something we just have to learn a little bit more about Google and how it operates. And then honestly, if you don't know anything about something with how to use Google, you just Google it and they will tell you. So it's a very robust platform. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we can talk about, where is share? Did they move it?
No, the green.
Oh, there it is. Big bright green button. Here we are. All right, so Google Business Profiles, tips and tricks. And what did I say the best part about it was? It's free. All right, so why are we going to use Google Business Profiles? First of all, it's free. It makes your business visible. Your business listing will get priority on the first page of local results as you build it. And the stronger your profile is, the higher it will rank. It displays useful and correct information about your business. Have you ever thought that something was open and you pull up outside and it was closed, and then you go to Google on the maps or whatever, and it says, we're closed for Memorial Day or something like that. So, it will give more correct information than, what may be out there elsewhere. It provides a great first impression. If someone goes to Google you and they see, oh, you have a professional business profile on Google, hey, this must be a serious business owner. This must be a serious realtor if they have a ranking on Google. It improves your SEO, your search engine optimization, which means, again, when people search, they say, oh, Google, oddly enough, Google will prioritize Google products. So that's when you plug something in on Google, it will pop up, say, oh, here's a YouTube video about whatever you're looking for, because Google owns YouTube. It's a great way to engage and respond to customer reviews, and we'll definitely talk about that. It's a great way to gain customer insight, like how customers found your listings, your business listing, as well as any actions they may have taken. I don't have a slide for this, but I just looked at our Google interactions, and within the last 30 days, we have 3,995 interactions on our Google profile. Now, full disclosure, 3,994 of those are me trying to put this presentation together. So anyway, it does work. And then 8 is another online communication channel that can be used to help you grow your business. So that's all the dense stuff. Now we get into some fun stuff. So the advantages of it are you get discovered, it boosts your appeal, you gain valuable insights from the data, you build social credibility. The more you can learn about someone online, the more likely you are to trust them, right? How many people have gone Facebook stalking clients, other realtors, whatever, and if it's all good stuff that you see, you generally have a better impression of them. If they're doing a bunch of dunderheaded stuff online, probably not going to have that social credibility that you're looking for. You can use Google to convert customers, and of course, it expands your reach. So if you look at the left side of your screen there, you can see our business profile, screenshotted after hours, so we were closed, you can see there in red, but we opened Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. From where I was at the time, you can see it was a 20-minute drive from where I was to the office of Johnson & Burge here at our oceanfront office. You can see here on Google, I don't know what time frame this is, but 369 customer interactions. So this is sort of our view of it. The public won't see that. They won't see edit profile, promoter, customers, but they will see directions, start navigation, call, and then save. And then they see whatever pictures we posted here. So let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do is complete your profile, right? So if you don't have a Google business profile yet, go to Google, type in how do I create a Google business profile? And it will show you. It'll take you right to their process. Now, the important thing in trying to do anything online, how do I do X, Y, and Z? If you're working with Google, make sure you're looking at Google websites, right? If you put into Google, how do I create a Google business profile? The first couple of results will be sponsored, and they're going to try and sell you on services to set this up. If you want to figure out how to do something on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, you plug that into your search engine. The first couple of results will be companies that are out there trying to make money off of you not knowing how to read the third or fourth search result, which is actually going to be from Google or from Facebook or from LinkedIn, right? So just pay very close attention to that, because everything you want to do with Google, your business profile, is free. The instructions are all on Google pages. They have videos on YouTube on how to do it. So it's really very simple. Just make sure you're pointing in the right direction. So here's our profile, so we can edit our profile once it's created. And then here's the information we can plug in, right? So our business name is there. So make sure, it has your name. So it would be Ryan Belat, Long and Foster Real Estate, right? Or Donna Stewart, Long and Foster Coastal Real Estate, or something like that. You want to be descriptive with it, but you want Long and Foster Real Estate in there. Google may automatically assign you categories, but you can edit that, and Google reserves the right to change your categories on you. So if you put in there real estate consultant, it may say, okay, well, we changed it and you're actually a real estate agent, but we'll let you keep that real estate consultant flag or tag as a secondary. Plug in a description of what you do, right? Be descriptive, right? So tell them a little bit about you. We plugged in there Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Suffolk, Hampton, Newport News, York County. And our tagline, make a great move. Opening date, that's when you got licensed, right? So I got licensed in May 2004. So it looks like we have a long, long history. And then phone number down below. So you also want to add high quality images to the Photos tab on your Google business profile. So here, if you see, you click on the add photo. I did all of this on my phone. So you can do it on your desktop. You can do it on your phone. It's so easy. Even a caveman can do it, right? So you click on add photo here, and then it'll show your customers what is out there. So here's a Google Street View of our office, which that's why people often miss our office, because they can't see it because of the trees. But I've stolen some shots from Ryan and plugged in, sort of what the front of our building looks like, aerial shots, so they can see we have this beautiful waterfront location. This is our header image we use all over the place, and it says there on the side, make a great move. This is one of the favorite things we like to see, right? A sold sign. And then here's a team picture of us down in the Vibe. So you want to, and most of your iPhones, if you have anything, I say iPhone 12 or beyond, or a later version of Samsung, they take pretty good photos. So you can come here to the office, take some photos of the outside, take photos of the view if you want, and put that out there. Our conference room would be a great photo. So if we look at now, what kind of photos do we want to put on there? Exteriors, interiors, the product you sell, right? We sell houses. So we got to be careful about showing other people's houses, but definitely if you have a listing, throw one of your listing photos up there. Like we did here with the sold sign, go stick your sold sign in front of your house, take a quick picture.
Yeah.
And, and be done with it. And it's like, hey, sold. They don't, you can see the picture we have here. You can't really see the house in the distance, right? There is one there back behind the trees, but I did this photo specifically to accentuate the sold sign, right? And under contract, if you have what Matthew Rathbun, an instructor up in Fredericksburg, calls the hostage photos, right? You're standing at closing with the sold sign, get permission from your clients to use that. And that falls into user experience down at number 7. Services that you provide, that would be selling, property management, things like that, any services you provide. Team photos, events, like we posted some information about our community service day. And even though everyone else appeared in the photo, we said, hey, Johnson and Burge had a great time doing this. And of course, there's 3 of us and then everyone else. So it looks like we have a really large team, but it was the office. And then of course, user experience, right? So, maybe snap a picture. You can very easily snap a picture like Shaheen Law Firm or Sage Title of people signing without showing their faces, right? And maybe get the Shaheen logo in the background or the Sage Title folder on the table. That would be a good photo to have. Next, we want to ask for and encourage positive reviews. We do this fairly consistently. You can see, I think we have 51 reviews. I don't know where it says.
36 and
Yep.
15 each, 51 total.
Yep, 51 total reviews. So again, click on the little review button. It'll create a link for you to share. You can text that to people. I do something as simple as, hey, I would appreciate a 5-star Google review. And then I put 5-star emojis in there, and then I give them a link, right? I try to catch them like right after closing while they're still happy, right? Before they get there and find out the AC upstairs doesn't work and it's going to be 91 degrees on Friday, right? So catch them while they're happy. At closing, say, hey, by the way, I'm going to text you with a request for a Google review. I would really appreciate your help. And if you text them right there in closing, while there's a down moment, while we're waiting for one of the attorneys to come in or we're waiting for Brian to come in from Sage, they may do it right then and there. Give them their closing gift and then say, hey,
Yes,
here's
give
your
them their gift first. I was just gonna say that.
here's your closing gift. We just did, I wish I had one to show you. We just did little business card things to say, it'd make our day if you give us a Google review. So now that's going to go in with the closing gift.
Is it a QR code?
It's a QR
That's
code,
perfect.
right? So they can now QR code it, scan that, leave a review. Now the trick is they have to have a Google account, but like 99% of people have a Google account. And if not, they'll probably happily create one for you. But you can see here in the public view with reviews, things, sort of the keywords that people have mentioned. Home, right? Not house, home. Questions. They basically, what the thing that pops up is they had answers for all of our questions, or, they were able to handle our questions. 8 people mentioned selling, 7 people mentioned our knowledge, 5 people, I love the little happy face there. 5 people talked about our team, and then 4 people mentioned property. So if someone wants to, say, hey, well, I'm thinking about selling my home, they can click on that selling tab, and that'll take them to relevant reviews that mention selling. Now, it's okay if you get a negative review. I'm going to say that once for the people in the back. It's okay if you get a negative review. That gives you the opportunity to comment on it and provide context. Now, the trick is to catch people when they're happy so you don't get a negative review, or don't ask people for reviews because there have been people that we have slogged through the transaction and we kind of leave each other and we're upset and we're done. And I won't ask them for a review because I don't want to risk it. Now, if you look closely here, right here below all these 5-star reviews, there's one little 4-star review. And these are repeat clients of mine, lovely people. They had a phenomenal experience, bought and sold many houses with them. For whatever reason, they gave me a 4-star review, but had glowing things to say in the review. Fine, because that makes us look legitimate, that, we have, if it's all 5-star reviews, that's great, but, that could also be suspicious, right? So that one 4-star review doesn't bother me. If we had a 1-star review, that wouldn't bother me, because out of 51 reviews, if I have one 1-star review, I'm not going to cry. Now, one thing to do with this is when people give you a review, it will pop up in your Google email. Jenny gave you a review on Google. Click here to check it out. And it will sort of walk you through. So to increase your SEO, to increase your rankings within Google, you got to respond to each and every review, right? And most of the time it's like, hey, it was so great working for you. We're excited for you and your new home. Or they're moving out of the area. You know, it was a joy to serve your family. Best wishes on the next chapter of your life. It doesn't have to be anything detailed, but just encouraging and happy. You can click the little heart there to like it, kind of thing. So Google gives you points, as it were, for the review. It gives you points for responding. And I think that's very important. Now, this is the challenging one. This is where I struggle, because you also get points for adding updates, right? So here's 3 different screens to show you. So within your dashboard, you can add an update, you can add a photo, and then write your post. Google does not do hashtags. You can write up to 1,500 characters in this box. You want to make sure that you use good keywords that relate to your business. So you want to say things related to architecture, to real estate, to housing, to location, things like that, so that you get those keyword searches from Google. So what I'll usually do is, when Jan or Jenny on our team create a social media post, I'll go steal it from Facebook and then upload it to our Google business profile. That's a mouthful. Google business profile. So you can upload the photo or several photos. You know, so if you have a listing, you know, you could upload, 5 to 10 photos if you want. Write the description, and then you want to be sure to add a call to action button. So make sure that's turned on right there. They can book, they can order online. We don't really sell anything online. We're not a store. Buy is the same thing, but they can do learn more, sign up. There's contact now. You can see here on this post, there's call now, because you want to create that interaction. Now, when you plug your phone number into your Google business profile, you'll have the opportunity to call. So let's go back and I'll show you that again, right? So from your profile online, you've input your phone number, so they can call you, which is great. But you want to encourage them with the call to action.
How do you make the call to action?
So you can make sure
gotcha.
this little button's turned on here,
Cool.
right? And then there's like a little sliding thing here where you can do that.
Got it.
If you have like an external, like a Calendly link or a form on your website, you can plug that in there for the link to the button. So then here's what some of the things look like. So, the office top listing and top sales, we posted that. For our Fine Living Friday, we did summer decor, I think, kind of thing there. And of course, you scroll on, it's there. Now, the funny thing to me is that I've never paid attention to what people are posting on their Google business profile, right? All the businesses I've ever Googled and looked into and researched, I'm sure they have updates like this, but I'm not searching it. I'm not reading them. So I don't know who actually does that aside from the machines at Google that do these things. But because the machines at Google do these things and that increases your ranking, that's why it's important to do it. So one way to look at this is this update on your Google business profile. Whatever you post on social media to promote your brand or promote a property or an open house or something, do it on Google as well. And then the main thing, and this is with everything, you want to be consistent and stay disciplined, right? You don't want to post on Google on the first of the month, and then maybe 3 months later you post again, right? Maybe you set a reminder in your calendar that and I don't know what the analytics are on this. I don't know if there's a better day to post on Google than not. I know with, Facebook and Instagram, you can find different analytics to say, hey, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. is a perfect time to post on LinkedIn, and, Thursdays at 8 a.m. is a perfect time to post on Facebook or whatever. I don't know, but if you set it in your calendar, maybe the first Thursday of every month to update on Google, then you'll figure out like, okay, well, what do I need to update? Well, I need to go create content. What am I going to create? Oh, well, I have no content. Well, go through the office listings and say, hey, check out this beautiful rural property in Suffolk that we have listed, right? And then provide a link to the listing on the Long and Foster page, or check out this, this property that just sold in our office, kind of thing. There's lots of ways to make it look like you have a lot going on when you may be a new agent or you may be in a lull at the moment, things like that. We do a lot of repurposing of content,
Mhm.
right? So we can stop share here. That's the end of the slides. We do a lot of repurposing of content. Jan is great at this. We'll come up with an idea and she'll go out, she'll find 2 or 3 sources for things through Architectural Digest or Better Homes and Gardens or, whatever food website, and, create sort of that lifestyle experience that we're trying to sell. Whatever, if you want to focus on neighborhoods or cities, you can go and say, okay, here are the top 5 things to do in Norfolk this summer. And the Visit Norfolk website, I'm sure, has more than 5 things you can do in Norfolk this summer. If not, there's probably something on Travel Advisor or something like that that you can crib from. Just make sure you cite your sources. That's really all there is to it. Don't want to be a plagiarist, but just say, hey, according to Travel Advisor, here are the top 5 things to do in Portsmouth. And share that kind of information. Rain has data and stats. Virginia Realtors has data and stats. Just repackage that material. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Even Long and Foster pushes out social media graphics. And again, if you're going to push those out on social media, put them onto Google, because it's great stuff. We literally get business from Google. Let me do some quick math here, and I'll give you an example. So back in January, February, when was I in Anaheim for Buffini? Earlier this year. So we got a call off our Google results, and it was this woman with a house in Blackwater. She wanted to sell the big farm and the big house and move closer in Virginia Beach to her kids and grandkids in Kings Grant. Easy, we can do that. First of all, she praised us for getting back to her because she put calls out to other agents and we were the only ones to respond. Probably because most agents don't know where Blackwater is in Virginia Beach. So we have a lovely conversation with her while I'm in California, set an appointment, come home, help get her house up and ready and listed for sale. We sell her house for $830,000. Sam, I saw your eyes bug out there. That's exactly the reaction I wanted.
That's the triple espresso.
That was the quad that just kicked in.
That was what I was thinking.
So one Google result, she found us, we responded, which that's critical, right? What does Megan Clarkson say? Answer your damn phone. Jeremy Johnson will say, reply to your damn email. And we sell her house for $830,000. But wait, there's more.
Mhm.
They bought a house
Yeah.
over in Kings Grant for $620,000. So that is $1,450,000 in volume because we had a robust Google business profile that when she searched agents to sell her house, we were there. Right. Now, there were other things, on the back end, so you got to be consistent. You got to develop those processes for follow up and follow through. But we got the call because we were visible on Google. And so what we do when that happens, we high five because that cost us nothing. No referral fee, no advertising fees. We didn't pay for a lead. It's just we invested a couple of hours a month on Google. What questions do you all have?
Well, I know I have one. Well, maybe I don't. So I'm on my phone. I've already gone into the App Store and Google, it's Google search with AI images and text. Because I hit the Google business profile in the search, right? And it
Mhm.
pops up the little, oh, you can't see that probably. So anyway, so I hit open. And then it takes me to create, you're right, there's a bunch of sponsors before, but then you go into HTTPS with google.com business, get listed, sign up, sign in, how to add or claim. So we're just gonna follow I
Just
thought
follow the instructions and yeah,
I did that and then, okay, I'll be working on this today for sure.
yeah. So I just did a quick search. I don't see Donna Stewart Real Estate or Donna Stewart Realtor
Okay,
on there. So yeah, you need to get
All
on
right.
it. There is a Donna Stewart with a T.
yeah,
She has no reviews, but she's also 102 miles away. So I think your
okay.
chances are pretty good.
Gotcha.
And she has
Okay,
no
I'll
pictures
just
on her
go to
profile.
create business profile.
Hmm.
And a Google account, create one. So again, I don't have a Google email though, because I've got so many other emails that I didn't want to throw another one. Do I this
You'll need to suck it up and get a Google email.
really? And so
Mhm.
it'll be Donna Stewart at google.com.
Gmail.
At Gmail. God
Yeah.
damn it. I've been trying, that's where I've been avoiding for like a year, but I'll do it because I have Yahoo, 2 Yahoos, the Long and Foster, and a couple
Now,
more.
so
So,
with your Gmail and with all
okay.
emails, you can forward them, right? So if you don't want to have Gmail on your phone and worry about, just set it up within, within Gmail on the backside in the settings, that whatever comes into your Gmail account just gets forwarded to your Long and Foster account or whatever.
Okay.
But you'll need a Gmail account in order to do a Google business profile. That's not the end of the world. Now,
Okay.
here's something cool that I left off about the Google reviews. When people go on to Zillow to leave you a review, they have to have done a transaction with you, right? You sell them a house or you sell their house, and that's the way they get to leave a review. Google doesn't care. If you want your cousin to write you a review, it's like, hey, Sam is the greatest agent I know. 5-star review. Perfect.
Or even people that just know you personally and know your work
Well,
ethics.
that's what I'm
Even
saying.
if they- yeah.
Anyone that, you can plant a few seeds and say, hey, I'm just building my Google business profile. Can you just give me a 5-star review? They don't even have to say anything, but you can just say, hey, Donna's a great agent, love her, or something simple like that. Give them some examples of just some short and sweet kinds of things. It's really simple. That's what I love about Google, is that you don't have to have a transaction attached to it. Anybody can give you a review. You definitely want to respond to the reviews and make sure that you're interacting that way, because again, that boosts your hierarchy. And really, if someone's going to do business with you, we're to the point now with our Google business profile that if you Google Virginia Beach real estate, we do pop up eventually. But if I get a call and somebody says, somebody said I need to use Jeremy Johnson for real estate, they'll Google Jeremy Johnson real estate or Jeremy Johnson realtor, and they'll find our Google business profile. They'll find other profiles, my Zillow profile, realtor.com profile, things like that. So you want to make sure that when they Google you, they're finding good stuff about you, right? And your Google business profile is the #1 way to do that. #2 is don't do stupid stuff online, but that'll be another class.
So
Uh,
one more question. I'm sorry. Do I need to create the Google email, the Gmail, before I can do the other? Is that?
Probably follow the instructions
That's what I thought. Okay.
on the Google page.
I gotcha.
If you called up at the top, when you've got the boxes, there's a name for it now.
The little menu grid
Yeah,
kind of thing. The 3 lines is the hamburger,
the hamburger.
but I don't know what the little tic-tac-toe
You
grid
use
is.
your Google email when you set it all up, all that stuff's in the hamburger thingy.
Mhm.
Okay.
But let me
All right. I'm flipping through. one.
Hamburger.
go over here and I'll show you what Ryan's talking about. Where are we? All right, so this is what your Gmail would look like on your desktop. He's talking about
Yeah.
up here in the
Google
upper right
Apps.
corner of your Google Apps. It looks like a little tic-tac-toe board or whatever. So you can click there and here's your business profile manager, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sheets, calendar, things like that. All right, so raise your hand if you're going to put some effort and energy into doing your Google business profile. Yeah,
Yes,
like sandals all over the place.
definitely. So
I
do,
just set it
going
up, so
back,
that's good. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
Kim?
do we have to do the same thing for Zillow? Or once you created it, I'm not sure how that all works. When you mentioned
Um,
about a Zillow profile, is that
Yeah,
something?
we have a Zillow profile just because it's there, and I used to do a lot of put a lot of effort into Zillow, but Zillow's a money-making enterprise, so they want you to pay for placement and things like that. You can go and claim your listings on Zillow. You can create the Zillow profile is free. You can go and set that up, and the main thing you want to do across all platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Zillow, Realtor.com, Google, wherever you have a profile, you want to make sure that it's pretty much identical across all platforms. Use the same headshot, use the same logo. Like we have a red Long & Foster logo and a blue Long & Foster logo. Use the same one across all platforms. Whatever bio you use, same across all platforms, because you don't want people to go, oh, well, and I guarantee you, take some of these people who've been in the business 20 plus years, not me, in the business around here, plug them into Google and you'll find, oh, they have a Realtor.com profile that hasn't been updated since 2008. Oh, they have a Zillow profile that hasn't been updated since 2012. So you want to keep current with all of these things as you do them. And I probably should go in and make sure that we're all still tracking on our profiles. But the Zillow profile is free. Set it up just in case you pop up in a search there. I don't put a whole lot of credence or stock into Zillow anymore, just because people pay for better rankings on Zillow, and I'm not going to pay. I mean, they pay like tens of thousands of dollars a year for Zillow leads and Zillow rankings and to be the premier agent kind of thing. So I'm not doing that. I don't care about Zillow, mainly because Zillow doesn't care about me. Any other questions? I mean, Sam, you said you just set up your profile. Very good.
Yes, thank you.
It's good when you get into a rhythm with it, and I think, maybe the simplest thing for now for content is when Amber and Kat send out the Long & Foster social graphics, pull those, upload them to your Google business profile, upload them to Instagram, whatever. That would be a very simple thing to do, because those come out with a certain schedule and a great regularity. They're high quality things. And it's wonderful. Now, there's a lot more to Google business profiles than just that. This was sort of the very top layer. I'll work on sort of the next 17 layers of all of this as we go along, because there's a lot of ways to really game the system. One thing you do want to be careful of with Google is, as you're going around setting it up, it's going to keep telling you, hey, you should advertise here. Hey, we'll give you a $500 credit if you spend $500. It all sounds great. Don't do that.
Okay, one more question. It says there are 2 existing Google accounts for Donna.Stewart@longandfoster.com. Which account do you want to use? Google Workspace or personal Google?
Personal. Google Workspace is paid.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, keep going down whatever path, and as soon as you see a dollar sign, back up and go another way.
Yeah.
Right? So Google's in the business of data, right? They're glad to take your money,
Right.
but they want your content, they want your information, they want your clients' information. So that's with their currency, right? So there's a lot of stuff you can do for free on Google, free, quote unquote, without having to pay for it. So, just go to a point where if you see a dollar sign, back up and say, okay, how can I do this for free? Kind of thing. Because I've tested it out. I've done Google ads. Didn't really get anything out of it. I spent the $500 to get the $500 credit. Didn't go anywhere, but I have the $500 to play with, and I knew going in that I was testing it out and there it is. But it's just, it's a simple platform, fairly straightforward. And I wish you all the best of luck with it, because you will start to see people calling you, people getting results. You'll get your analytics and see the interactions. So pretty cool.
Okay,
All right.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Joanna.
much.
All right.
Thank you, thank
Working
you.
on it. Thanks.
You all have a
guys.
great day and we'll see you later.
You do the
Bye-bye.
You
same.
too.
Thank you. Bye-bye,
Bye.
everyone.